Hello everyone! I'd like to share with you a personal bandwidth model. It's something that I learned in my leadership training at the Kansas Leadership Center, and it has been so super helpful to me in many situations. I hope it'll be helpful for you too. So to start with, and you're welcome to pause the video if you need more time in any piece of this, but I'm just going to kind of take you through the process. So if you have a piece of paper and a pen or pencil in front of you, I'd like for you to draw this. Just a few simple lines here. And next, I'd like for you to think about a situation in your life where you were faced with a challenge or had a problem to solve and you just absolutely nailed it. So something came up, you had to deal with it, you looked back on how you deployed yourself in that situation and you thought, you know what, I really did the right thing. I really feel good about the way that I was in that situation. I solved the problem, got through the challenge, and that's an example of me at my best. So as you're thinking of that, I want you to also think about what were the qualities. What was it about you that made you particularly effective in handling that situation? So you're going to write those in this middle narrow section here. Things like, I was patient, I was strategic, I was proactive, or whatever it was, whatever the unique qualities about you are that made you effective in that situation. So once you've got your list of qualities here, these are basically your superpowers. So when you're at your best, when you are functioning optimally, you have these unique qualities that make you really good in certain situations, right? So in this bandwidth model, on this axis is all the people in the world. On this axis is all the situations in the world. And every one of us is uniquely qualified to shine in a narrow band here of certain combinations of people and situations in the world. So in the situation that you were just thinking of where you just really nailed that challenge, you were what we say in your bandwidth. You were in that place where you were uniquely qualified, uniquely positioned, uniquely situated within your character, within your leadership skills, within your true nature to really knock it out of the park, right? And so in my coaching practice, I work with a lot of really bright, really creative, really motivated women. And we are accustomed to operating in our bandwidth, which is also our comfort zone a lot of the time, and having success within that. So, you know, if I use these qualities, I use these skills, I use these strategies, most of the time I can really shine. I can really get the job done. I can really feel good about my contributions and things like that. What happens sometimes is that we encounter a situation that our usual way of dealing with things, our patterns, our natural tendencies, just don't work. They're not effective. We encounter a really hairy challenge where we can deploy ourselves in the way that we always have and nothing happens, or we make the situation worse. And so that is a situation where we're required to start to work outside of our bandwidth. And it's also, coincidentally, but not, outside of our comfort zone. And so really a lot of what we do in leadership and in the coaching process is figure out how we can design smart risks, smart experiments to start to dip our toe outside of this bandwidth, get ourselves out of our comfort zone just enough that we start to become more effective with more people and more situations in the world, and that we have a lot more freedom and a lot more possibilities that open up to us in doing that. And so I'd like for you to consider, where can you dip your toe outside of your bandwidth? How can we celebrate who we are and all the wonderful things that we can do naturally within our bandwidth while still challenging ourselves to step outside in order to be more effective when we're delivering our gifts to the world, when we are exercising leadership, and when we are really just in a position where we've got to solve a problem or face a challenge.